All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and get started. So we do have one new person here, Priscilla. I was going to talk about launch parties. So, did you have a successful launch party?
I didn't have a launch party.
Okay.
I didn't. Well, my launch party happened after the what is it, 15 days?
15 days.
Yeah, mine happened after that. Or else I would have. My very first in-home party was really good. It was actually my first party that I ever hosted, and it was in-home. It was one of my husband's aunts who hosted it for me, and it was also the time that we were doing the donation bears, the Sebastian superheroes, and I had my mother-in-law who bought 5 of them at once, so that qualified the party in itself. And then we had actually a lot of turnout for my aunt's friends who ended up coming. So
yeah, so I didn't have a successful launch party either. Brandy was there. I invited a bunch of people over to my apartment, and maybe five people showed up out of the 30 that I invited. But that the point of a launch party is really just to get your name out there, to let people know that you are selling Scentsy. Ideally, your goal is to have your launch party in that first 15 days so that you can hit that Shooting Star award, because then you have that chance to purchase the Shooting Star kit. I know that Jessie on our team, she hit that and she purchased the kit. Sarah Holden just hit that award as well, and she's going to be purchasing the kit. And the kit in and of itself is worth it. You get PRV from it, so you're that much closer to hitting certified once you purchase that Shooting Star kit. But that's essentially a launch party in and of itself. Your launch party can be online, it can be in home, it can be a bag party, it can be whatever kind of party you want it to be. And sorry for those of you that this is very repeat, because you've already had launch parties and everything. But I don't know, do you have anything else to add to that? I mean,
well, and then you can have multiple launch parties at once. If you wanted to host a grad party and do a basket party or bag party or whatever, then you can also do an online one. And then say just one weekend you wanted to have a in-home party. You could have 3 parties going at once in order to help you qualify within the first 15 days.
Absolutely. And I know that I have suggested that to a few people too, that you can do a combination of all 3 of those things, which is really fun. I like bag parties. I don't do enough of them, but I like them.
I've never done a bag party, but I just ordered some of the stuff. I don't know if you guys seen Lori. She put up the little video of basically what she has in her bag party, and I ordered that little bag that she suggested, and it should be here tomorrow. So I'm going to start my bag party soon.
Nice.
Yeah. Super excited for my bag.
So since we're going to get cut off, I don't know at what time. It doesn't show me anywhere, but I'm going to try to roll through some new stuff. So for any new consultants that join October 1st through 31st, once they hit their 500 PRV, if they hit that within 30 days, they get a free go for hitting that, which is really cool and exciting because the go is awesome. Thank you, grab that. If anyone hasn't seen it, or if you don't have it, I'm obsessed with it. See, you can't see it. But it smells good. Right now I have 1 pink haze and 1 Luna in here mixed, and I love it. It's delicious.
It does smell good.
It's really good.
I hate pink haze.
See, I didn't like pink haze.
It's weird. It grows on.
It's way too fruity bubblegum candy smell, and I don't.
Yeah,
but with the Luna, oh my god.
Yeah, 1 pink haze and 1 Luna mixed together.
Oh, it smells super
perfect. So I don't know if any of you guys are on the online steps to success page, but I am obsessed, absolutely obsessed with the videos on that page. It's a husband and wife team, and I love everything they do. So I watched one of her videos earlier, and I took some notes from it. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm just looking at all my notes on my phone. So number 1 thing that I got from that is that this is your business. It's not anyone else's. It's not your sponsors. It's not your directors. It's not your superstar directors. It's your business. You need to work it. You need to launch it like a business. If you want to make money, it's your own responsibility to make money. It's not your sponsor's responsibility to make you money. It's not your director's responsibility to make you money. That lies on you, and you can do it. If you want a team, you are responsible for sponsoring and for leading them, not your director, not your sponsor, not your superstar director. Obviously, we're all going to be there to help you along the way. But if you want a team, you need to sponsor and you need to lead them, because that's the only way that you're going to end up growing. Excuses. No excuses. Like, it's your business. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to try new things and to do different things. Because Scentsy, it really can change everything for you. It can change your finances. It can change your situation at home. If you want to work from home, stay home with your kids. It's going to be challenging. It's not going to be easy. So, if it was easy, everyone would do it. But it's not a get rich quick job. It is a business. It's a real business, and it can be if you work it that way. Do you have anything to add to that?
Well, just basically, so I would kind of touch on how your perspective has changed within just 2 months. Because I know I asked, and I know Desiree, you asked, what did you do differently? How did you change your mindset differently within these last 2 months to go from 500 PRV to 2,800 PRV? Like, it was a mindset. She said that she could, and she did.
Yeah. I don't really know what clicked. I'm a huge fan of watching other people, other upline directors' videos. I constantly watch them for motivation. Like, even if it's just in the background, I'm not actually watching, I'm listening while I'm at work. I'm on the treadmill and I'm listening to videos. I'm at home before I go to bed, I watch a video. Like, it's just constant learning and striving to do what they do. Like, if you want to be like someone else, you have to practice what they practice. You don't want to be them, but you have to practice what they do. And that kind of rolls into my next thing with the goal setting too. Because I know, like, some people, just wanted to buy the kit, or some people were just like, oh, maybe I'll do this for fun and didn't think anything of it. And some people are here because they do want to own a business and make a business, but you have to know why you're doing it. Like, that's my biggest thing. I know I posted a video in, Angela's page a while ago about what's your why. Like, if you don't know why you're doing this, you're not going to succeed. For me, my why has changed since I first started. When I first started, I wanted to make a couple $100 a month and just help out with bills or have some spending money. My why is now because I want free trips. I want to go on that boat. I want a free cruise for me and for my boyfriend. Like, I want to go. You want to go? I want to go. Everyone wants to go on that boat. I also realize that I can make this a business. I want to stay home. I don't want to get up and go to work at 7:30 every morning and go to a job. And I love my job, don't get me wrong, but I'd much rather stay home and just have Scentsy be my job, and to travel for free. And when you work from home and work for yourself, you can travel whenever you want. Like, I just want to be able to pick up and go and take a trip and not have to request time off and not have to answer to someone. That's something else too. Like, I want you guys to think about how your life would change over the next year if you were successful with Scentsy. Like, how would that change your life? What would it do for you if you were where Angela is at over the next year? What would that do for you? Think about why you're here, why you're doing it. That's kind of the cool thing too with Scentsy, is like, when you go to a normal job, you get paid what you get paid. It doesn't matter if you work harder than the person sitting next to you. You get paid what you get paid. With Scentsy, if you work hard, you'll get paid more. That's how it works. Like, you are in charge of your own paycheck. If you want to be profitable, you have to work. I do recommend setting up like a power hour or a Scentsy hour every week. I do it every day, which might be a little much, but I do set up like an hour every day. I have my planner, my daily planner with the hours. I set up my entire schedule for the whole day, from being at work to coming home to going to the gym to eating dinner to doing my Scentsy power hour. And I sit down and I only work on Scentsy for that hour. I might be watching a show while I'm doing it, but I'm sitting and I'm writing out thank you cards, or I'm trying to book parties, or I'm doing something for that 1 hour out of my day, or out of your week, or every other day, if that's how you want to do it. Also, a follow-up system is really, really important. And you want to start that in the very beginning. I was supposed to get my follow-up book today and it hasn't come. That reminded me. That's not cool.
I'll go live.
But yeah, I bought a book. It's different than the one you have. So it's good to like see different
Multiple,
ways. Yeah. But a follow-up system is super important. Like this last month, I really hit follow-ups hard. And just from follow-ups alone, I got like $500 of my sales just from follow-ups.
That was my last month.
Yeah.
That's
so
how I went from 200, 250 to 500.
Mm-hmm. I mean, follow-ups are super easy. And like mine was all local people. So I didn't talk to any of my people that live out of state or live out of town. I only talked to local people, and I said, hey, like I have an order going in on Friday, which was, you know, the day before the last day of the end of the month. And I said, I can get you free shipping because it was going to be over $200. And that got people really excited. So then I can go hand deliver it. The boxes are actually back there. I got it all today. So just little things like that, following up is super, super important. And I can't remember the statistics right now, but you know, it's a huge majority of people who don't follow up. And it's usually like I want to say it was like the 5th or 6th time that you follow up that someone finally says yes. So like, don't give up. I have people who don't respond to me ever, but I still follow up with them. And then guess what? I had a lady text me just the other day and she said, hey, do you have an order going in? I know I haven't answered you, but I'd love to get something. So just little things like that. Also another huge thing is goals. Goals, goals, goals. You have to have goals. You can't get where you're going if you don't know where you're going. So you have to set goals. I haven't written mine out for this month, which is not good, but I have a whiteboard above my little Scentsy table, which is in my living room. And I write down my goals every single month. I'll write October Scentsy goals, and I will put my PRV goal. I will put my recruiting goal. I will put my party goal. I will put my bag party goal. I will write down everything on that whiteboard so that I look at it every single day. And then I also write it down on my whiteboard at work so I can look at it every single day. And say my goal is 2,000 PRV, which that's my goal every month, because then you get that 5% bonus, which is awesome. If you sell $2,000 a month, that's $600 paycheck right there just from your PRV. So if you want to make $600, sell 2,000 PRV. Boom, done, easy. You get the 5% bonus. And so every single month, write down your goals. Like I said, I write down my goal of 2,000 PRV. Say I sell $300, I'll knock that off. And then guess what? I have 1,700 PRV written up there because it's easier for me. And not for everyone, but for me, it's easier for me to see like, oh, my goal is going down. Like I have a little less ways to go, you know?
Can I touch on that real quick?
Yeah.
So for me, like I made like a vision board. My background on my computer is of the boat. I have like these reminders, but I think I'm going to have to switch it up to not so much long-term goals, but more short-term goals, whether it's like 2,000 PRV divided by however many days in the month it is, and it makes out to be like $70 a day. I need a shorter term goal than that. Like I need to, okay, well, I only need to sell this many 6-packs, you know. For me, I need shorter term goals. Because I was writing down my goals and was like looking at my goals, but they weren't hitting home. So I think I'm going to switch it up.
Yeah. And then just to touch base really quick on the incentive trip. I'm sure everyone would love to go on a free cruise or a free cruise paid for 2 people. That's definitely my goal. I have a picture of the boat on the backdrop to my computer. I have it on my computer at work. I have it on my phone. Just as a little reminder, it's always in the back of my head. There's that boat. I'm not getting on that boat if I don't sell. If I don't do this, I'm not going. So that's my little reminder every day. Maybe you don't want to go on the boat, but I mean,
I would be okay with just having Anaheim paid for too.
Yeah, exactly. Or even just going to family reunion paid for. Little things like that. And I have promotions on here, but I don't know if we really have time to talk about that. So we can cover that in another meeting. But as far as anything that I've touched on, I don't know if you guys want to unmute yourselves or if I can unmute you, but questions, I won't unmute you, but questions, anyone, everyone, anything that you have to add that we touched on about the incentive trip, about goal setting, launch parties, business, anything? Throw it at me. Throw it at me.
What are some of your guys' short-term goals? Like for the month of October, what are one of your goals?
My goal is just to help my front line be successful this month, even though I know it's mostly about me, but I want to help them.
And do you know, have you asked them like what being successful is to them or what their goals are?
No, ma'am, I have not.
So there's a good place to start. Find out what their goals are, because then you have a better chance of being able to help them. You know, Maybe they want to sell $1,000. Maybe they want to sell $200. So just knowing that'll really help you be able to help them be successful, if that makes sense.
I'm really down with that. I want to do that too, just because like I usually ask my front line at like the last 2 weeks of the month, like, hey, how are you guys doing? What are your goals? And it's kind of late, but I mean, it's never too late, but at the same time, you're like, oh, I should ask you at the beginning of the month. So being more supportive is definitely my goal as well. I only have 2 people, but still, I need to make it a thing where I need to go on my workstation every day.
Oh, there we go. We have 10 more minutes. Or I'll be upgraded to $14.99 a month. Yeah, I mean, that's really all that I had. Goals are huge. Like, that's been a huge thing for me, is goals, writing down goals and setting goals. Because like I said, if you don't know where you want to go, where are you going to go? Where are you going to head? So you'll be lost. Like if you want to drive somewhere and you don't know where you're going, you're just going to drive around and you're going to drive around and you're going to drive around. You're not going to get there.
Waste a whole bunch of time.
Exactly. Exactly. I guess you can think of it like that. Yeah, that's all I had. Anything else about the trip or anything?
Well, not about the trip.
Does anyone have questions about promoting or how you promote or any of that? No?
A faster way to get there.
This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? But yeah, I would definitely say goal setting, biggest thing. We covered launch parties, and we talked about goal setting, and we talked about the incentive trip. I mean, a 7-day Mediterranean cruise sounds pretty phenomenal to me. I want to go. I will go. I don't want to go. I will go. I will be there. That's what you have to tell yourself. I tell people that every day at work. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go on a cruise in June. For real. You have to say it and you have to believe it. It's like that. I feel like that's how it works, because what you believe, what's that show? Have any of you guys seen The Secret on Netflix? Like the law of attraction, and like what you put out is what you bring in. I truly believe that to the fullest. Like, no joke.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So put it out there and it will come back to you. So, I mean, I even walk around and I tell people my sales goal at work. Like, they don't even know what I'm talking about. They don't care. But I'm like, I have to sell 400 more PRV, you guys. I have to sell $400 more this month. And they're like, okay. But I still do it. And I'm like, the more I say it, the more that I believe it. And I know it'll happen in my head, because I'm just constantly telling myself that.
Well, and the more you say it, the more I think it's easier to accomplish or do or tell other people. Like, I don't have a problem or a fear of going live anymore because of the Marco Polos that we do all the time to each other. Like, I got used to hearing my voice and just listening to myself talk. And so now it's easy for me to go live. Like, I just ramble on and it's not a big deal. So I think it's kind of like goes hand in hand with, you say it out loud, then it's easier to come by. It's easier to do. It's easier to tell other people what your goals are. Say it to yourself.
I think we've talked about that too before. Just like it's practice.
Yeah.
Jason Harwood has talked about that in some of his videos. Like, if you want to be good at something, you have to practice. You're not just going to walk onto a soccer field and be good. I mean, maybe someone in the world is, but you have to practice. Like, if you want to be good at something, you have to practice. You have to practice going live. If you don't ever do it, you're never going to be good at it. Sorry, but that's just how it is. You have to practice it. You have to practice talking to people. You have to practice getting your name out there, just talking to anyone and everyone. I do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing, because your brain talks you out of stuff if you don't do it within 5 seconds.
Does not work for me.
Really? It works for me. So if you don't do it within 5 seconds, then your brain talks you out of it because you get scared. Your brain's like, why are you being hesitant? So you just have to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I just do it.
So for me, I know my biggest fear was recognition of what the business is. I've talked about it before. People not really thinking that Scentsy is a real business, but it is. And so my biggest fear was kind of introducing Scentsy to people that I knew wouldn't know what Scentsy is, or like people that I didn't know, like just random people and Hobby Lobby. Like I know you guys have seen my Marco Polos of like trying to approach people, and like, so my husband's in sales and he tells me all the time, you know, you just can't pitch the sale. You can't start it off that way. You have to try and get to know the person. Like, oh, she's looking at whatever you're looking at. Start with that. Don't be like, hey, you know what Scentsy is? Because that's just fucking weird. Sorry, excuse my language. But he was like, you have to like start the conversation, not just introduce what Scentsy is. So I know that was one of my biggest fears, and I've overcome that. Like, I talk to random people all the time now, not about Scentsy, but I'm getting there. So.
And that's a big thing too, is, you know, like sometimes it takes a little while to see your work. Yeah. I mean, like I just talked to people, like I think I mentioned before on maybe our Marco Polo chat, that like I joined a husky group, and I know Brandy just said she joined a few dog groups and things, and just getting to know people and connecting about something else other than Scentsy. And then it just happens. It just comes because they see what you're doing. They see your posts, they see your page, they get to know you, and then they feel like they're your friend. And, you know, then it just happens naturally instead of being awkward and just pushing a sale.
Yeah.
So anyways, if nobody else has any questions, we'll probably log off for now.
We're going to go live tomorrow during the vendor show. So
yeah, we'll go live during our vendor event tomorrow and Saturday. We'll be up in Greeley at the Union
Comic-Con?
No, not Comic-Con.
Comedy-Con?
Comedy-Con. Comic-Con. I wish we were going to be at Comic-Con because that's really big. We're going to be at Comedy-Con though. It's modeled after Comic-Con, but it's the first year that they've done it. So we are there tomorrow from 4 to 8, and we are there Saturday from 10 to 8. So if anyone wants to come to Greeley and visit us, we'll be there. We'll have a Scentsy booth. You know, we'll have some Scentsy stuff out, and we're excited. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think it'll go well. But.
Well, speaking of like making contacts and stuff like that, that's one thing that I liked what you said earlier this evening, when it was like, even if everything doesn't go as planned or as we want, at least we're still making contacts. At least we're still meeting people. At least people are still getting our business card, that type of deal. So even though you're not making a sale, at least they're still like, you've made an impression on them.
They like to see your shining faces.
I'm probably going to be really sleepy tomorrow. No, Saturday. Saturday's going to be an early day.
Yeah. Saturday's going to be tough, but we'll be okay. I'll let you take a nap under the table. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining. This video is recorded, and I will post it for those who could not join. But thank you for those of you who did make it. Thank you, Desiree, for sharing your beautiful haircut with us.
She's like, no.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Mrs. Garcia. That's so crazy. Is it weird saying your name to people now?
Not really. I'm like, yes, this is me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Awesome.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a good night.